I know for a fact that no one is gonna have the same ranking as me, and people are definitely gonna disagree, which is fine. Here's my ranking of all the Transformers movies from worst to best, including Transformers 1. Now, I'm a super Transformers fan, so I like all the movies. It's more of a which ones I like more than the other. Starting off with the worst, number 9, it's in the name, Transformers The Last Night. I don't think anyone's surprised that people would have this one as the last one or the worst Transformers movie, because it was not great. Now, there are certain elements about it that I like, but just overall, not great, messy, contradictory, you get it. In my number 8 spot, Bumblebee. Now, I know people would be, kind of surprised with this one. A lot of people may not agree with this one, thinking, why is this so high up? Now, the first 5-10 minutes of the movie, that opening scene on Cybertron, I think is one of the best live-action Transformers scenes we've ever gotten. But just overall movie, I thought was meh. In my number 7 spot, Transformers the movie, 1986. Now, I haven't watched this movie in a long time, so maybe I might change it if I do watch it recently in this ranking. But for now, I like this movie. I enjoyed Spike and Daniel, the human characters. Hot Rod was fun. I think Unicron was cool in his voice. And nice. In my number 6 spot, Transformers Rise of the Beast. Now, I think last year when I did the Transformers ranking, I put this movie at number 4. But then after rewatching all the live action movies this year, there's certain things about this movie that I just didn't like, and I think was the reason why I bumped this movie in the ranking a little higher. In my number 5 spot, Transformers Age of Extinction. Similar to The Last Night, but better and more enjoyable. And it does have a little bit, messy and stuff, and the human characters, it ain't the best and stuff. But I like, the Dinobots, and I think my favorite part about the movie is Lockdown. I think he was the best live-action Transformers villain. In my number 4 spot, Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. People may be surprised with this movie in my 4th spot. Now, despite all the problems and, it also being messy, and, a part of that is the strike that happened back then. But as a kid watching this movie, I really enjoyed it and really liked it. And even as an adult, understanding that it's not as good as I thought it was as a kid, I still enjoyed it. I mean, just me making this ranking right now on these movies, I want to rewatch them again. In my number 3 spot, a lot of people's favorite live-action Transformers movie, which we understand why, Transformers Dark of the Moon. This movie I just think overall was great. Now, the parts with Megatron I don't think was as great, but he did look cool with the hood. I think Sentinel Prime was good until the part where he said, a deal had to be made, and then you know what comes after that. A lot of you may be surprised with this one, including myself. I never thought I would put a Transformers movie over this one. In my number 2 spot, Transformers 2007, the first live-action Transformers movie. This movie, honestly, I think I like more than any other Transformers movie. Like, it is my favorite. It is in like my top 10 favorite movies of all time. This movie holds a special place in my heart, and I will always love it, even maybe more than the movie I have in my 1st spot. But in my number 1 spot for best Transformers movie is the one that's going to come out this week, Transformers 1, which I watched this movie twice now, and I plan to and want to watch again this week when it releases, and then who knows how many more times I want to watch this movie again. A lot of us, including myself, have been wanting for a long time, and I just love the way they did this movie. I enjoyed it so much. The animation quality is great. I think Sentinel Prime was done great. I think the overall story, pacing, length, everything was great. I love this movie, and I think it's awesome. What's your Transformers movie ranking? Oh.